So here's an interesting question we were talking about. So we've sort of alluded to this a little bit here. Thoughts on taking the exam right after graduation. Um, so of course now, once you graduate, you're assuming you've completed. Well, actually, you don't have to have your IDP or AXP completed. You can take your exams. Um, what do you guys think about that as an idea? Do you think it's a good idea? Should you try to take them right away? Should you wait until you have a few years of experience? Megan, maybe give me your perspective on this.
So I think that taking them right after you graduate is great in the sense that you're already in that mode and you're studying, because even just being 2 years out, that was a big hurdle for me. It was like, oh, I just really don't want to hit the books again. I'm like finally done with this. It took 7 years. Why do I want to like go back into it? So if you could motivate yourself to do it right after graduation, I think that would be great. However, I do think, at least on the 5.0, you're going to have to build in a little bit more study time than someone who's worked a couple of years. So it just kind of depends. I think given the opportunity, again, to do it again, I probably would have tried to take them right after school and just studied more.
All right, so maybe study more here if you have less experience, basically, right?
Yeah, so I think that about 2 years experience definitely cuts down the study time, because you just, especially with the 5.0, is set up to be more in the way that you would work through a project, so you have more experience working through a project. I think that you could do it without having that experience. I just think that some of the concepts of dealing with the client, dealing with the construction guys is going to be a little bit harder to understand.
Okay. Joe, how about yourself? What do you think?
So I highly recommend taking it as soon as you graduate, just because you're still in that mindset, you're still used to studying. So I just viewed it as another 6 months of college. It was just, you'd go home and study. It was just another kind of extension of that. I think with the experience, I think it's like we talked about earlier, taking these exams makes you a better architect.
Mm-hmm.
And so why not be a better architect earlier in your career? And so for me, it's all about getting it done early and getting it done as quick as possible.
Yeah. Okay. Courtney, how about you?
I would say take them right away. In a way, I think I did better because I had experience, because some of the questions I came across, I could think back and imagine time I encountered that and remember it. But in a way, maybe I wouldn't have made that mistake skilled if I had had the knowledge from the exams. So I think it would have been nice to just keep going when I was 23 and get it done. Yeah.
Okay. Good. And then Kate.
Definitely agree with what everyone's saying. I think it's really important to realize that there's never right time to take the exams. It's always inconvenient, it seems. So I think the idea of taking them right out of school is really smart. And I know it's hard, and you want to break, and you want to go and celebrate being on your own and, accomplishing, getting through school, all that kind of thing. But the longer you wait, the more that life gets in the way, I would say. So the idea of taking them maybe when you have a little bit less responsibility, maybe you're just starting out in a firm, I think that's a great time to be able to focus and take them and really show people that you're very serious about your career. It's also another benefit to taking them early.
Yeah, I love this. The longer you wait, the less time you have. And, when you consider things like, I forget what they call it, the rolling clock or whatever it's called. But just the idea that, you only have so many attempts here over an amount of time. I think it's 5 years you can take these in. And you have to wait, some amount of time. It's only 60 days, I think, right? But I agree that the longer you wait, the less time you have. There's never a right time. I think this is awesome. Does anyone have any other comments here? Yeah, shoot.
Yeah, I do. This is Courtney. I can say, as someone who waited 11 years to start taking them again, that was 11 years of every time someone asked me if I was the architect, I had to pause and say, well, I'm not licensed, but yeah, I'm the designer on this project. And it's so nice not to have to say that anymore, to just be like, yep, I'm the architect. Feels great.
Yeah. You got your street cred. Now you can say yes. That's awesome. Okay, good.